Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the Analogue 3D because in the last week there has been more movement on this project than there probably has been since it got announced. Was it a year or was it even 2 years ago? So where people were thinking, oh my god, there are delays upon delays upon delays. Some people refunded their pre-orders, some people just gave up hope with Analogue, and Analogue, I think after the third delay, said you will get it by the end of 2025, right? Holiday season, but they kind of beat that, and what they did was they got it out mid-November. Now, before it went out to people that pre-ordered it, it went out to lots and lots of reviewers. A lot of big YouTube channels got this, the embargo was lifted, and all of a sudden, bada bing, bada bo, YouTube was full of Analogue 3D review videos. And for the whole part, I watched a few of those reviews. The first one that I watched was the Modern Vintage Gamer review, and I really liked that. His take on it was really good. Macho Nacho Productions also did one where they did a teardown, and that was very informative as well. But I even remember Modern Vintage Gamer saying that they are going to be replacing the actual Nintendo 64 in their kind of entertainment unit and replacing it with the Analogue 3D. Now, there are some negatives with the Analogue 3D, but the positives outweigh the negatives. One of the biggest ones is, and one of the biggest gripes is, it doesn't properly run flash carts. Some flash carts do run, or one runs, I think, but the most popular ones like the EverDrives don't run. One other channel got it running, but it had to kind of like downgrade the firmware and mess around with it. The good news is the maker of the EverDrive has got an Analogue 3D en route. I saw them do a tweet saying that their Analogue is en route, so hopefully they can get working on that and it can begin working on the Analogue 3D, because I actually have an EverDrive X7. I haven't actually used it yet. I do have a Nintendo 64, but I really do feel, and this is my own personal opinion, my journey with the Nintendo 64 was mainly GoldenEye, Rogue Squadron, Mario Kart and FIFA 98. Yes, there were other games as well, but they were the main games that I played. And I personally feel for me, the Mister really scratches that itch. My love for video gaming is mainly 16-bit. That's the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, the Neo Geo kind of era, and that's what I really like. I do like the Nintendo 64, but I never pre-ordered this. However, I am conflicted thinking, well, it's coming back in stock on Monday. Should I actually pick one up? I mean, the reason that I would like to pick it up is really just to do comparisons on the channel, do a few live streams, get it running, hopefully flashcard support comes and I have got it. But beyond doing that, I don't play too much Nintendo 64, but as I am a channel, I am conflicted. I have to work out, I'll see how I feel on Monday, what the finances are, or whether I'm going to buy one or not. Do let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should pick one up, or should I just stay content with the Mr. Core? Because like I said, on a personal level, it scratches my itch, but on a channel level, I'm conflicted. Should I buy it or not? Because we all got this email. Let me bring that up on screen, guys. So the email that we got here is this one here. So I got this a couple of hours ago. Analogue 3D restock on Monday, November the 24th at 8 AM PST. So that's the time in the USA, California, and let's bring up some time. So PST 8 AM if you're in California or that region, it's 8 AM. UK time for me, that's going to be 4 PM, and Central European time, it's going to be 5 PM. That's when the reorders will open. But what's going to be really interesting is how many of these are they going to have in stock? Now, personally, I think Analogue have lots and lots of these in stock. I'm actually wondering whether they'll give them out in little spurts, for the reason that, guess what, all of a sudden there is a massive demand and people will FOMO in and keep buying and buying. Because let's say, for example, I'm going to chuck a random number out there. You've got 10,000 of these. If you put all 10,000 out their stock there, people relax. But if you put them out in little bursts of 500, 1,000 at a time, they sell out immediately. And then whenever you put them out, people are rushing out to buy them. And the reason I think Analogue do have lots and lots of these in stock, well, there's a few reasons. Let's bring up that screen again. This one here, the ModRetro. The ModRetro at one point was looking like these guys were going to release this before Analogue. At least that was a chatter on the internet and around the retro gaming community, mainly for the reason that the Analogue 3D keeps getting delayed. Now, I apologize if Analogue Pocket comes out of my mouth. It's because I've covered that for so long. Whenever I say Analogue, usually I follow that with Pocket. Not sure if I said it, but I'm just putting a disclaimer out there in case I have. So when this came on the scene, and the developer behind this is the developer of the Mr. FPGA core, he's working together with ModRetro on the M64. So all of a sudden, something where you could take your time had to be rushed, and Analogue got there first in their defense. They got out there first, and I really do think they're prepared with lots and lots of units. So anyone that missed out originally or the pre-orders ended, maybe check out the 24th and maybe you can grab one. So going onto the store, you can see even over here it says restock November 24th, 8 a.m. PST. So it's telling you there. And what's interesting here is the price. Now, this is where competition is good for the consumer. I honestly thought that the price increase was going to be at least $50. So from $249.99 to $299.99, possibly or potentially even as high as $349.99. But the fact that the ModRetro has entered the scene, or is entering the scene whenever it comes out, has pushed the price low. Because if I remember correctly, the early bird price, which I've signed up my email there to get notified, is like $199.99. So that's going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see both cores, because the developer of the M64 core, Robert Pape, couldn't finish the core on the Mr. FPGA due to the limitations, and they are going to complete this core. The developer of the Analogue core is a very, very talented individual as well. So you've got talented individuals working on two different cores, and it'll be really interesting to see. And this is why I'm intrigued in potentially picking one up, because I think to myself, will it be nice to run an actual Nintendo 64, then run the M64, and then run the Analogue 3D side by side and see which one is more accurate with the Nintendo 64. Interesting test. I do like doing that stuff. Again, I'm just kind of thinking about whether I should pick one up or not. If you really, really want me to pick one up, guys, I do have a Patreon. If there's enough money in there when this is here on Monday, so if you guys want to donate and you want to see me mess about with this, feel free to do it. If there's enough in there, I will actually order it. I ordered the game bubble. I offset some of the cost. I really, really wanted that. So the Analogue is something that I would be kind of interested in. So what have I got here? Okay, so these are the tweets from Analogue. Analogue 3D restock Monday. Okay, absolutely what we know. I really do like the photography. I think it's top notch. And the next one here, Analogue 3D pre-orders are underway and remain our top priority. All open orders will ship before restock orders ship. So that's really, really cool. And I expect the restock orders will ship pretty soon as well, because Analogue have gone big on this, guys. I personally think it's their biggest one. Yeah, this is where they thought, well, you know what, we've done a recreation of the NES, we've done a recreation of the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, the PC Engine Duo. You know, now we've got the very, very successful Analogue Pocket. When we go Nintendo 64, let's not do this niche, let's do this mega, for many, many factors, because FPGA gaming is getting, well, it's still a niche, but it is definitely more known than it was, say, 3 years ago when I got into it. People that got into it before, it was even more of a niche, but I've been into FPGA gaming for about 3 years. So what's really cool over here, Analogue 3D will be available at $269.99 from the original price of $249.99 due to tariffs. So a $20 increase, I really don't see that as bad. I mean, I'm just talking about a chicken burger meal that I used to get for £5 is now £8. So that's an increase of 60% on just some food I like to eat in between the time the Analogue 3D was announced and, well, the second wave that's coming out. Maybe that's not a fair way to compare it, but I do like chicken burger meals. And then Analogue here have, so they released a couple of like the normal controllers. Have I got them open in the next tab? No? Okay, so they've got this controller in white and they've got it in black, but then they've gone and released a limited edition. So introducing the 8-bit Ⅎ64 Bluetooth controller, classic grey, a tribute to the original, the most iconic colorway, now reborn, designed to play N64 games perfectly on Analogue 3D. So sorry, this is 8-bit though, but from what I understand, like both companies have some involvement with one another, potentially maybe even the same owner. Don't quote me on that, but if it is the same owner, that's freaking amazing. You've got a company that does controllers, and then you make a device that you ship without a controller, and most people, or a lot of people, have bought this controller to go with it. I mean, me personally, I'd probably use original N64 controllers. I do have 4 of them, so I can plug them straight in, but that's really, really cool. So this one here is a limited edition one, and again, just genius marketing. You release a couple of the normal colors way before people pick them up, then they go down in price. We'll have a look at the price of the other one, what the lowest and what the highest has been, and then you release a limited edition one, which is well, you can pre-order it for $44.99, so $45, but you can currently kind of pick up the other one cheaper on Amazon. It's currently 8% off at £32.16. Sorry, I know I've got dollars there, but I've got pounds over here. But what was really interesting, I remember at one point it was really, really cheap. So check in camel, but no camel toe. The lowest price it ever was September the 25th, 2025, where it went as low as $25.95. Now I was contemplating grabbing one of these, but I really do like the original Nintendo 64 controller. Not because the analog stick is great on it or anything, but it definitely gives me a lot of nostalgia. So I kind of refrained from buying this because beyond playing like Nintendo 64, I don't know what else I would play on this controller. I really don't like the C buttons apart from on like Nintendo 64 games, so I refrain. Maybe if it drops down really cheap again, I may pick one up. So that's really, really interesting. So you've got the normal one out there. So Analogue are definitely, they've got their marketing bang on, right? They've got this color out there. They know it looks like the original Nintendo 64 vanilla controller that you've got. There's different colors as well, actually. Okay, that's really cool. We can see the different colors here. So nice, top-notch photography from these guys. So here you go. So that's gone cheaper. And when it comes to reviews, and this is why I think it's going to be big, just going on to a YouTube and putting Analogue 3D review, you've got lots and lots of reviews out there. All the big boys have covered it, whether you're looking at IGN, Metal Jesus, Rocks Game Explain, Wolfden, Retro Game Corps, GameSack, Macho Nacho Productions, Modern Vintage Gamer. This is the first one I watched, actually. I thought maybe this one would be higher up, but I guess the others are. So it's out there. They've sent out review units to all these prominent, should we call them influencers, or at least content creators? I hate the word influencers. Content creators out there to put it out there. All of these, the embargo was lifted at the same time, and I'm pretty sure all of them came out at exactly the same time, if not minutes within each other. And what was really cool, do you remember a little while back where LeBron James said that Analogue 3D, I'm definitely getting one? So that definitely gave them a massive plug. So guys, the Analogue 3D, if someone big, famous like that is saying they're going to get one, it's definitely going to send other people there. So Analogue 3D, I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is it is going to be available on Monday. So remember your local time. Let me bring up the times again in case you missed it first time around. So PST, 8 a.m. UK time, 4 p.m. CET Central European time, 5 p.m. And check whatever your local time is if you do want to bag one. Now, again, guys, I am very undecided about it. I'd love to get one. In fact, if you're near me in London and you've got one, all I want to do is run some tests on it, run some comparisons. So if you've got one and you can part with it for like a weekend, I can just run my stream, I can run some videos, and that will be like my Analogue 3D itch. I mean, I don't mind having one. I'm just kind of fighting with myself because I do waste a lot of money and I feel guilty sometimes because I can't spend that on my kids. I'm not the richest guy out there, and I don't need this like some other people need it. I can tell you how many cartridges I have, right? These are the cartridges I have. I have The Legend of Zelda, I have FIFA 98, I have F-Zero, I have GoldenEye, and Zelda, the original Zelda. Those are the 5 carts I have, and an EverDrive. I don't have a massive collection, so unless the EverDrive, hopefully it will come working on it. Hopefully we can load games via an SD card, via some kind of jailbreak later. But let's see what kind of happens with this. But I definitely think that Analogue are going large with this. I think they're going to go large. I think they've got lots and lots of stock. Even if they're only going to release it in small increments at a time, they're still going to have more, and they're just very good at creating that kind of demand and creating that kind of supply and demand thing where the demand definitely outweighs the supply. So a lot of people are going to be jumping in to buy it. It's had positive reviews and the restock has come very soon. So guys, do let me know what you think, what your thoughts on this. Have you ordered it? Are you awaiting it? Or did you cancel your order, or were you waiting for it to come in stock? And are you going to order one now? For the whole part, I think if you like the Nintendo 64 and that's your console, especially for someone that might be a bit younger than me, because if you didn't grow up with 8 and the 16-bit era and you kind of went to the 3264 and that was like your first introduction into gaming, you'll get more of a nostalgia kick than I ever will out of this. So do let me know what you think, guys. You know, what are you going to pick one up now? Picked one up already? What do you think of the reviews? Are you waiting for the M64, or is the Mr. Core just good enough for you? Like, honestly, for me, the Mr. scratches that itch, but I would like to see both of them compared with a real Nintendo 64 side by side to see which one is actually more accurate. I mean, I love that stuff, and that's one of the main reasons that I would like this. But yeah, for now, guys, and since the Mr. Core has come out, I love it. I think it's brilliant and it scratches my itch. And the games that don't work, or the games the developer couldn't get to work, the community got together and they've made patches that bypass certain parts of the game or remove certain things from the game without removing any of the gameplay, and you can actually play those games. So guys, that's it for this video. I've just ranted on for almost 15 minutes. Be freaking awesome to one another. I am an Analogue fan. I really do like my Analogue Pocket, and who knows, maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't on Monday. But in the meantime, be awesome to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.